Well, hello, Life West community. Dr. Ron Oberstein here. Welcome to another Life West podcast. And today I have somebody from the health center, actually location-wise upstairs in the health center. I have our health center specialist, Dr. Linda Savage. Dr. Linda, welcome to the Life West podcast.
Thank you.
It's great to have you. If you know Linda, if you've been up with, if you're faculty, administration, staff, and you know Dr. Linda, she's just a ball of love and joy. And if you're a student, you know that also. If you know her, if you're not yet in the clinic, you will meet her, and she will become one of your best friends immediately. So, thank you for that, Linda, for working with our students and all of our faculty and everybody up in the health center. Take a few seconds, share with us what you do as a health center specialist.
Well, I'm kind of a jack of all trades, to be honest. Kind of a floater, but if a mentor needs covering, I can go cover their practice if they are out for a day or they're taking lunch or they're short, say. A few people are on vacation, but I also work with training new faculty. I work with the PDCSs. I work in the file so I can see, some of the errors that are happening, and then I try to communicate that with the CIL and CLL instructors. Lately, Dr. Downson sort of put me on the job of being a liaison between the classes and the health center. So I kind of do a little of it all.
Yeah, and you're actually teaching now, right? So in either the CIL or CLL, you're going in there and actually working with the students, right?
Well, the instructors do ask me to come in and give like a how not to give a blue dot talk or how to fill out the, they like that one,
Exactly. If you don't know what a blue dot is, you don't want a blue dot. That's the thing. Just you don't want to know what it is. You just don't want one, right? I love it. And I know that recently you're doing something because you do train all the pod docs. So all the mentor docs up in the health center. I know that you took them through the training, you got them up to snuff, all that kind of stuff. And I know that there's a new role that you're taking on right now as far as finding out where there could be disconnects between the students and the pod docs, the classroom that goes up, that translates to the health center, right? And kind of making sure that everything is translating well and finding out where things aren't going right. Is that correct?
Right. The thing of it is when I first started here right away, I always wanted to participate in projects that would decrease the frustration level of the interns. And the inconsistencies, it's not unusual. There were so many people working here, but the inconsistencies do give the interns some frustration, which, as we know, decreases their learning and performance,
Yeah.
We don't want to do that. So I try to go talk to all the instructors. We're doing a massive retraining or review of training in our health center faculty meetings right now. And we're really trying to pull it together. COVID kind of made things a little bit more flexible, shall we say. And so now we're trying to tighten that up a little bit.
Nice. That's really great. And I know that you graduated from Life West. You're a 96 grad.
I sure am.
But you didn't start here, did you?
No, I started at Life East.
Yeah. And what got you over here? And what was your, when you first got here, what kind of cemented it? What was that journey like?
Well, I'll tell you. So, to be honest, I moved from Brooklyn and then to Georgia. So it's a little bit of a culture shock.
Very big. Uh-huh.
Yeah. And then Life East was very big, and it just felt time to go. My friend said he was going to transfer to Life West, and we heard a lot of positive things about Life West. At the time, there were a number of us that wanted to transfer to Life West. When I looked it up, I used to be a hippie, and when I looked it up and I saw where Life West was, I had actually lived in Felton as a ranch hand in my 20s, okay? And I knew I wanted to come back here. So between that and the good vibes that I kept hearing, we moved here, and it really was one of the best decisions of my life, I think.
I love it. And how much time did you have on the transition?
about 4 days.
Hey, that's what hippies do, right? Hey, hey, I'm in San Francisco. I hear there's a good thing going on in New Hampshire. There's a concert. Let's get in the van and go, right? Let's roll there.
Yeah.
Tell us about your first day. Like, what was your first day like on campus? You did 2 years at Life East, right? And here you are. What was your first day like?
So we first, we were driving down Washington Avenue, right, and of course the school was in an elementary school, right? So we were a little shocked. We had never seen it, but we went in, and my first class was with Sue Ray. And there was 3 of us. I came out with 2 friends, and we were sitting in the front. We were those kind of students sitting in the front. And she was just immediately just such a phenomenal teacher that we just looked at each other and we went, wow, did we make the right move? I mean, it went up from there. I mean, I just felt it was like a little family. And, I went in, I could go in and stop in and talk to Dr. Jerry Klum, the president of the college. Yeah, it was a wonderful experience.
Yeah, isn't it great? And you know what? I have to tell you that was either like you graduated in 96, that was either like in 94, 95 or something like that. And Dr. Sue Ray, or not Dr. Sue Ray, is exactly the same right now.
Yeah.
Phenomenal. I mean, everybody loves her classes, and she's just not just a great teacher, a great professor, but she's a great spirit and a great soul.
Yeah, absolutely. And we had a lot of them. I love Dr. Dane. I mean, just so many. Dr. Dobbins. There was they were just all wonderful.
Isn't it great? Isn't it great? I love it. And so tell us a little bit, like, when you're not at the college, what are you doing? What's a weekend look like for Dr. Linda Savage?
Oh boy, well, I'm working my butt off, but no.
And maybe not a COVID weekend, okay? Because that's kind of, everyone's kind of doing the same thing with that. But
well, as far as I'm concerned, this is the most beautiful area of the whole country. So there's always something to do. I like to drive to the water or go up to Calistoga, or I have a friend in Napa. It's gorgeous here. But I also feed homeless cats. So I have some colonies here and there, and trap and neuter, return. If they get sick, I'm very responsible. If they get sick, I take them home, I care for them, or I rehome them. And so we have a few in the parking lot, just putting that out there.
I know. And we're feeding them too, right? You're feeding them, or somebody's feeding them, and it's good.
I feed them, but when there's a kitten or another animal that was dumped here or whatever, I rehome them.
Great.
So, yeah. My heart goes out. I've always been for the underdog, and I feel the animals are probably the most vulnerable species on the planet. So they can't drive to the grocery store, get their food, so... Yeah, but I love them. I love all animals. So, yeah, that's
absolutely. So can I make the announcement that if there's anybody on campus that's looking for a cat or wants to take in a cat, that they can come and see you upstairs in the health center, and you can either, direct them put them in the right direction, or possibly have something for them, right?
Absolutely. I have a beautiful little kitty now. It's going to break my heart to let him go, but I have to do it. I keep the ones that nobody wants.
Uh-huh.
The ones that are tame and furry and lovable, I adopt them out. Yeah.
Beautiful, beautiful. Well, Dr. Linda, thank you so much, for your service to the college, for staying in the Bay Area so that you can still be here with us, and for really, creating an experience in the health center that our students can thrive with as they get out and practice, right? Because it's really what we're doing. That is the capstone of their experience here at the college, and you're a big part of it. So thank you for all that you're doing and all that you will continue to do, because I know, as you said a second ago, I know you work your butt off. So
okay, I love it. I'm very task oriented. So, I'm the oldest child, so.
I love it. So listen, we always end our podcast with the same question, and it could be a different answer tomorrow or in 5 minutes. So it's just gonna be whatever it is in your heart right now that you'll answer with. And the question is, out of the ethos of the college, lasting purpose, out of give, do, love, and serve, which one of those resonates with you right at this moment, and why?
Oh gosh, it's got to be the do right now. Normally I would say the serve, but it's the do right now because I'm working on my presentations every week that I'm giving to health center faculty every week to review and retrain the health center policies and procedures, trying to raise our consistency level. And then I'm working on the training manual, updating that. And I'm editing the training manual. I just joined the curriculum committee, so I'm meeting with Dr. Ed to understand the curriculum. Oh my gosh, there's so many pieces to that puzzle.
Yeah.
And, I'm also trying to really learn COLD, the CIL and the CLL program, so I can, be a better liaison for the interns. And so I'm meeting with all those instructors, trying to keep the classroom consistent with how we're, practicing the procedures in the health center, and still keeping my head in the files. And like I said, I have a wonderful little kitty at home I'm trying to adopt out. So do.
You're doing a lot. You're doing a lot. I got that. I love it. I love it. Well, thank you, Dr. Savage. And thank you to our listeners for tuning in today to another Life West podcast. We'll be coming back at you next week to be able to share more wonderful people around campus. And please make sure, if you don't know Dr. Linda Savage, you haven't met her, go upstairs in the health center, and she's the first door right when you walk up the stairs. Just turn to your right, and she's going to be the first door on the left. And make sure you go up and see her, introduce yourself, and bring her some cat food because she's got a lot of cats to feed. Right, Linda?
No, but really do come and see me too, because I do miss seeing a lot of the students. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So thank you, everybody, and we'll come back at you next week. Thank you so much. Bye-bye.